Hi, my name is Ivan, and I'm going to be taking you through the project management course. I have gained my professional experience while working in the fields of international management, consulting, and insurance. Most notably, I have spent the past several years as a project manager for the American International Group, AIG. Also, I am a certified project management professional and will be happy to share my expertise with you. This course is the perfect one-stop shop for those of you who would like to pursue a career in project management. You will acquire practical skills that will turn you into highly skillful talent, which will be invaluable at job interviews and throughout your career. Get excited, as you've come to the right place and at the right time. So, let me walk you through the content of this course. First, we'll learn what the fundamental characteristics of projects are and how they differ from day-to-day business operations. Then, we will do a quick time travel and look at the history of projects and project management throughout the centuries. We will study the role of the most important person, the project manager, and see why they are called the CEO of a project. What should they be focusing on, and what skills do they need to develop? This part of the course is critical as it covers all key concepts and theory about the nature and purpose of projects. Once we have covered some of the fundamentals, we will continue by reviewing what the life cycle of a project looks like, from the beginning until the very end. While studying in detail each of the life cycle phases, we will introduce a specifically developed project case that will be analysed throughout its full life cycle. The phases to be examined in detail are called initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and control, and finally, closure. During initiation, the foundations of a project are laid. The idea is analysed and then validated. The planning phase allows us to diligently prepare each detail to successfully accomplish the project goal within the given time and budget. Execution is when we will address key topics like what a project manager's priorities need to be during this intense period and how to manage and motivate the team and potentially find better ways of performing the work on project deliverables. Monitoring and control activities are an essential part of the project manager's job, and we will see the tools and techniques used to ensure the project will be completed on time and within budget. Closure is the phase during which a project is completed. We will discuss its importance and will learn how to complete a project professionally and with style. In the last part of the course, we will enter the world of agile project management. You will be introduced to the key characteristics of this methodology, how useful it can be, and the best areas for its application. The last lessons will be aligned with this topic, and you will see an example of a software development project performed with one of the most commonly used agile methods, Scrum. In case you have any questions or just want to say hi, do not hesitate to post in the course discussion board. We love hearing from you. Once you've completed 50% and 100%, you've earned a gift of 2 of our other courses. Please let us know that you've reached 50% or 100% by posting in the course discussion board and we will send you the gift. Sounds exciting, right? Now, dive straight in and let's begin this exciting journey together. Welcome to the world of project management. So let's begin with an important question. What is a project? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? We constantly hear music bands, artists, sport team managers, politicians say, "My project," "I have a new project," "the project about," etc. So is it just another buzzword used to make some activities sound more sophisticated? No. It's something much, much different. A project is something real, exciting, and extremely useful for people that want to accomplish their future ideas. So let's get back to the main question. What is a project? The Project Management Institute defines it as a temporary endeavour undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result. In other words, it's a temporary initiative that is agreed, planned, and executed to achieve a specific goal. Let's break this down with some terms. First, we have time. This refers to a project being a temporary initiative. It is distinct from normal business operations in that it has a predetermined start and end date. Normal operations are characterized by the routine work in established companies. Think of the day-to-day activities which are not very different from one day to another. The accounting and finance department, product department, sales and marketing, etc. There is no end date assigned to these repeating activities. Projects, on the other hand, have a strict expiry date. Then there is the specific goal you wish to achieve with the project. You can think of it as the output of a project. This output can be a product, like construct a new office building, a service, like outsource a call center, or a result, such as improve an existing business process. The output, together with the work done to create it, is called project scope. The scope of each project is unique. There can be project outputs that are similar, building an exact same house but in a different place, for example. But the fact that the land and location are different is enough to change the project scope. The architects and engineers will need to adapt their construction accordingly, changing the way the project work will be done. If the work and the output are the same, this will not be a project. The scope will not be unique, and it will be a regular business process. The third key attribute is cost, which is the resources specifically dedicated to accomplishing the goal in mind. These three attributes form the project management triple constraint. Time, scope, and cost are dependent on each other. After determining them at the start, if one of them changes, it will trigger a change in one or both of the others. For example, let's say that you need to pull the end date of your project forward. To do this, you will need to either increase your resources, input, by spending more, or produce fewer products, output, or perhaps even both. So this is the general shape of a project. Remember, a temporary initiative that is agreed, planned, and executed to achieve a specific goal. And it's worth noting that projects are complex initiatives. Going to a new restaurant for dinner is also a temporary activity with a specific goal and limited budget, but it's not a project. It also needs to benefit the business through working in conjunction with a business strategy, which is what we will be discussing next. Thanks for watching.
Why do companies execute projects? Let's see. All companies and organizations have goals. Some of them are related to their normal daily work and keep the business operating. Other goals, however, are more strategic. To achieve those, companies cannot just lean on the routine activities. They must put all extra efforts and perform extra moves. These strategic decisions help companies achieve their aspirations to become a market leader, create the best in-class product, develop an innovative technology, and make the world a better place. So how do companies transform these extra efforts into the desired benefits and goals? The magic tool here is projects, and this is why companies perform them. Projects are a specific type of investment, and as any investment, in order to achieve the desired benefits, your output, certain resources are used as input. In projects, these inputs usually are financial resources needed for goods and services, organizational resources, the experts and professionals from various departments and also any equipment that may be needed. And last but not least, we have time. In highly competitive and innovative industries, failing to keep your focus on the right initiatives just for a couple of months can put your company in a significant disadvantage compared to your competitors. This is another reason why companies need to be very careful when deciding which projects to undertake and which ones to postpone or fully abandon. Okay, now, with the resources granted, the magical project must transform them into the desired benefits. These benefits can be financial, increased revenues from new products or new markets, operational, more efficient processes being faster and better, resulting in lower costs, customer-related, initiatives to satisfy a key customer or the society in case of public projects. Non-profit. Goals may also not be linked to money, like environment-related topics, social welfare and aid, education, charity, etc. So let's see what projects would look like from an investment perspective. We're going to observe time on the horizontal axis and resources/benefits on the vertical one. Let's suppose we can translate all resources and benefits into a dollar amount, negative for the used resources and positive for the generated benefits. So in the beginning, resources are consumed by the project. Financial resources and professionals engage to perform the magical project work. As time passes and the project is successfully executed and completed, the line changes direction due to two factors. One is that the desired project output is now created, and this starts generating the desired benefits. The other is that the use of resources has now decreased or has totally finished. With the further progress of time, the organization continues to enjoy the benefits created by the project. These benefits must be aligned with the business strategy in order to make the organization achieve its goals, which we mentioned at the beginning of the lesson. Awesome. In the next lesson, we will review the typical reasons that may trigger a project. See you there.